In the northern part of Tamil Nadu, the Coimbatore district itself, or what you call as the Kongu, almost 4 perennial rivers, which have been there for we don't know for how long, have completely disappeared. This is not a small thing. And in Coimbatore city, 10 years ago, if we went for a bore well, we were doing just 125 to 150 feet and we struck good water. Today, people are going 1400 feet. Tell me, do you know of a tree which can drop its roots to 1400 feet to suck water for its own nourishment? Is there such a tree? But because of a certain change and the load of the population and the limited land that we have, a certain volume of destruction has happened. And the land that nurtured us thousands of years, in a single generation, we are threatening it, that we are turning it into a desert. This is not a joke. This is a recipe for disaster. I am not enjoying predicting disasters. This is not a prediction. This is a simple calculation. If you perform certain actions, certain consequences will naturally come your way, and they are coming our way. It looks like we are existing here as if we are the last generation on this planet, which is very distressing. The next generation of people, our children, if they look back at us, they will look back at us with great animosity.
I am Ramesh. I belong to this Kadamkulam village. I remember when I was small, we would go to this village pond over there to have a bath, and from there we would roam around in the farms. We would climb up those trees, pluck the mangoes. There were so many trees in the village, I remember. Everything was so green and beautiful. I really enjoyed my childhood days in the village. I moved to Chennai to finish my college studies and get a job. I got married there and I had 2 children. When I see my children growing in this polluted city, I feel very sad. So one day, I organized a trip with my family to go to my village. But when I reached the village, I felt very shocked. The ponds were dry, the lands were dry and degraded. There were no more trees. The people looked so unhealthy. Over 40 years, industries have settled and polluted the air in my village. And the farmers too have used so much chemicals that they cannot cultivate the land anymore. Biodiversity is lost. People suffered malnutrition and children didn't have a chance to grow up with a healthy body. Villagers were very depressed. I felt this is my responsibility to do something for my village. Then I remember in 2005, I went to the tsunami-affected villages and there I met the Isha volunteers. They were planting saplings with the tsunami-affected people. I could see them coming out of sadness. This was the beginning of the Project Green Hands. Project Green Hands has a unique approach. First, they restore vitality in the villagers by teaching them community games like volleyball and yoga.
What Isha was doing was a complete transformation of communities. It's not just planting trees. Perhaps planting trees was one of the activities that is used as a tool to transform local communities.
With this new inspiration, a clear head and energy flowing through them, they have something to smile about again. They become motivated and involve themselves in community projects. I knew Project Green Hands could help my village, so I took a group of my villagers to visit Isha Foundation. That's when the project started to create miracles for us. A revolution was starting. A big change was going to happen. realized by helping Project Green Hands reach us, I brought a new life to my village.
Le projet Green Hands de Isha Foundation est intéressant parce que on est dans le réel, on est dans l'action, on est dans la plantation avec des vrais gens qui font des choses.
After 3 years, I and my family went back to my village. I couldn't believe it is the same place. It was completely changed. Just look at all this greenery. Children had started eating fruit again. Farmers had a newfound hope for their future. Their tree saplings had already started to renew the land fertility, counterbalance climate change, and produce fodder for their livestock.
மனிதனுக்கு பலன் தர வேண்டிய மரத்தெல்லாம் கொண்டு வந்து எங்கள் ஊரை ஒரு சோலையாக ஆக்கி எங்கு பார்த்தாலும் ஒரே அனலாக இருந்த இடத்துல இன்று மரம் வச்சு 2 அடி வளர்ந்து விட்ட காரணத்தால் இப்பவுமே குளிர்ந்த தென்றல் எங்களுக்கு வீசுது.
Roadside community plantations had become places for celebration.
உள்ளுக்குள்ள ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா அமைதியா போயிட்டோம். இதை பார்த்து என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா பக்கத்து கிராமத்தில் இருக்கிறவங்க அவங்களும் எங்களுக்கும் மரம் வேணும், நாங்களும் இந்த மாதிரி வளர்க்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறாங்க.
The way this whole emissions are increasing and the way we are nearing the catastrophe of higher temperature in the future is not far off. So we better start immediately and do it fast.
What kind of life we will create for the next generation of people will very much depend on how much we look at this planet. If you bring 30% green cover to the country and to the planet, we can slow down the process of degradation of what's happening. Every moment of your life, what they exhale, we inhale. What we exhale, they inhale. This is a constant transaction. This is a constant partnership. This is a constant relationship that nobody can break. Nobody can afford to live without.
Help Project Green Hands to plant more trees.